Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before I do begin, let me go ahead and give a brief little explanation. Now, I've already tried recording this once, and it was a little all over the place. So, if you guys do understand Rick Sanchez's personality and the way he does act towards every living creature, you'll understand why it was a little hard for me to try and write him as a character. And this is no different. Now, with that being said, April Fool's Day is something that whenever it does roll around my channel, some of you guys may have noticed I run into issues. I've had to change my intro one time. I've been copyright striked other times. I think I was shadow banned another time. And there was one year where I actually was able to properly put out a video. However, there's typically always something going on around April Fool's Day. If someone's doing this to me, fuck you. It's really not funny. Anyways, now, with that being said, let me go ahead and just try to jump into this. It's been a minute since I've gone back and looked at Rick and Morty, but I do remember a lot of the earlier season style of Rick. So, let me get started. Let's currently start in a universe. A number of things have happened. The latest experiment Rick was running, or Deku here, went a little bad. Then again, he's been a little distracted. A little busy. It's been a year. One hell of a year, but it's been a crazy one back on Earth. The blue marble. The little dot in space. Yeah. Meadow's so famous quote about them all feeling small. Bo, he doesn't feel small at all. He's the smartest man in the galaxy. He has been places. He's met people, and he's fucked things beyond imagination. But fighting, going around different dimensions, and trying to track down himself. It's been a problem. It's been rather bad. And that does lead to the problem he does currently face. He tried to help his neighbor out, and things went bad. Very bad. And he does currently get to stare down at a world filled with monsters. Him a little annoyed. Real Cronenberg here. Then again, he could try to fix this shit, but he's pretty sure it already went bad. Though, maybe he can... Nope, fuck that. No time travel. Okay, this is a bit bad. Him turning his head and staring at a spider-like creature. Wondering about what to do. Okay. Well, him going to fall backwards and crashing off of the roof, landing on the rooftop floor. And he does gonna pull out his flask and go to take a drink. Okay, so he's got a shot for another dimension. His dangling legs still aren't kicking out. He's got to figure out what to do here and either burn it all down to the ground or move on. Salvaging the entire planet. Yeah, no, that probably won't work. There's a lot he'd have to do, and he really doesn't feel like doing that right now. He can maybe try in a few years. Then again, that would already be another issue. Go back home? No, he's fairly certain that she's already dead. He has been here for... Oh, yeah, just enough time for her to die. Well, anyways, that's unfortunate. Maybe next time he'll be better. Maybe next time. Him gonna roll over and go to get onto his feet. Him gonna pull out his portal gun and gonna fire it. Before he does a step through and on to the citadel. There's a lot he's gonna do right now, and he's gotta figure out. Deku looking around at a number of other versions of himself. Many of them are dressed differently. Many of them do to turn and look at the new arrival. And there is currently him. Many of the older Dekus do go to give small nods. Others do to avert their gaze at his appearance. Boots, cargo pants, and a pilot jacket. Along with the fact that his hair is longer and his face is covered in scruff. Unshaved and unkempt. He's in his mid-20s, and he clearly has the look of Blood Ridge. The point where things started to change. Of course they fucking did. God. In any time where things need to happen in the universe, things will fucking happen. Though, it is a bit odd. Many other Dekus have gone through Blood Ridge, and they talk about their hero phases in great detail. There is Story Rick, but even then there is Story Deku, but even then that guy's a bit of a prick. Though, right now, him heading over to the Broken Breeze. And he does a step inside. A number of people here do to catch his attention. Bakugos, Dekus, Kirishimas, Ochakos, a number of people. For every version of him that's here, there's one person he doesn't recognize. Or different versions of said person. Him trying to make his way past two of him that do have a mohawk. One spiked, the other shaved right down the middle. The top of his head only covered in hair. And he does make his way over to the bartender. As the Deku there does go to talk about it. What is he? Oh. Strong? Strongest you got? Care about side effects? Nope. I just need something that can help me out. Then I gotta do some shopping. Right. Him gonna turn, grabbing something and going to twist it. Before it, there's a drain into a bottle, and he does a turn, sliding it forwards and talking about it. That should do the trick. Him gonna knock it back quickly and then go to leave. The Deku going to turn and stare at two who are talking about a few different things. A man and a woman who do try to outdrink each other. And Deku, he does a turn looking at the two. The way they're looking at each other, yeah, he's going to go ahead and steer right clear of that. Him going to leave. And there is where he does get outside. Where the local security force, they do go to stop him. Many pointing their weapons at him and informing him. Right now, they have a security concern that he needs to address. Yeah, no. That wasn't an ask. Listen, K137, you've done a number of things here already that are problematic. I just got here. Yes, we understand that. However, we're not talking about your arrival. Right now, we're talking about the arrival of, okay, stop, I'm gonna stop you right there. My drink just kicked in, and I really don't want to have this conversation, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Him raising up his portal gun and going to fire it. Right now, someone walking around and stepping towards Deku. And Deku does a turn, bringing up his hand with a gun. He does not fire it as the version of him does go to drop down into a dehydrated ice cube. And Deku, he does go to kick it with his left foot. Talking about it. Any other volunteers? He's got another amount of nifty shit in here to mess with them. Maybe do more. I mean, he does want to see what the shrink ray gun does. I mean, come on. It might not leave them bare ass cheeked in the breeze, but it's a good gun. So, who wants to go in a jar? He's fairly certain he knows where he'll keep that thing. Come on, any takers? Any volunteers? Or do they not want that? A number of them going to back away. And he does a turn and look at another version of himself in a security uniform. Him with a goatee. Now, I'll be going. Him walking through the portal. And right now, he does go to step through into an apocalyptic world. Him looking around confused before sighing. Ah, God. We're not fucking gonna be doing this shit all day, are we? Him looking around before he is float up into the air after he does get to put on a ring. Right now, him turning invisible as he does somewhat think out loud. Let's see. Abandoned buildings. Civil War? No. That still requires bureaucracy and, well, no signs of human life. Him flying over the city. And he does see a number of giant trees in the distance. Him turning and making his way towards them. And when he does get closer, he does go to see a number of interesting things. UA, if he has it correct. Huh. Okay, so what's happening here? Him staring down. A number of creatures do exist. Right now, him watching humans go to move. And he does see these strange monsters moving as well. Before he does see a woman with vines in her hair go to walk out and turning. Talking to someone as Deku does see the man who does come stepping out. And he does slightly frown. Oh, himself. A giant creature coming to fly down. It on bat-like wings as he does make his way over to it, talking about a few things. Turning and addressing a number of people who followed him. And Deku does feel slightly annoyed. Okay, so Apocalypse World? Monster Tamer World? Whatever. He'll probably try to use the glasses to check on this. Maybe see what's going on here. Then again, if he's not a, well, smart Deku, a multiverse Deku, then it's a bit weird. Okay, then must be an alternate timeline? Shit, maybe. Meh, he doesn't want to go down that line of thinking. Him gonna open another portal. Making his way through, and this time finding himself on the ground. Him going to walk out of an alleyway and look around. Cars and people a lot. Right now, he does turn back to visible and step out, walking down the road. And it does mean a bit. Right. Okay. He really does need to get the gist of this reality, figure a few things out, see what's going on there. Right. That should work. Him looking around. Everyone's staring at him. And he does mean everyone. Deku going to turn, looking at his hand, and okay, he removed the rings. Though, his clothes aren't invisible, are they? I mean, Last time his body turned invisible, but the clothes didn't. If this is the opposite thing, then he's just walking around with it swinging? No. No, he's still wearing pants. Okay, good. Side effects? Him turning to the mirror. No, he still has his normal face. Before someone does come running up, grabbing him by the shoulder as they do collapse immediately, crashing to the ground nearby. And Deku does turn back to stare at the man on the ground. And some people do to move away, them screaming about how he's alive and how he's back. And Deku does it a watch on. A number of people taking defensive stances, firing attacks at him with quirks, and the protective barrier around his body, it does go to immediately activate and go to stop their attacks. And Deku does go to stand there. Him going to brush the dust off of his shoulder and go to stare at Pro, bringing out his gun and firing at them. Them going to fall into a cube. Him turning to another one, firing and going to watch them fall into a cube. Firing and firing at another one before he does grab the last remaining Pro and go to pull them forward. Okay, what the fuck is going on here? Him letting them go and turning to grab something from his jacket. Him pulling it out and going to grab them by their face, stabbing it in their eye as he does download the information. And when they do go to have this thing pulled free of their head, they do to fall backwards. Deku turning and going to grab a syringe from his waist and go to stab it down directly into their neck, before he does a stand and go to retreat, turning invisible and heading to a rooftop. And right now, police and pros do arrive. Deku going to listen as he does is sit there, going through the memories of this person. And he does find out why people are afraid. In this reality, he was a villain. Lovely, another one of fucking those. Real original, man. Okay. So, what about... Oh. Shit. Deku going to hear the information about himself. All of it. Brutal, monstrous, insane, deranged. Said to be dead? Yeah. Okay. That's not too bad. Him going to turn and see his face plastered on a TV. And it talking about how they are having another manhunt for someone pretending to be him. And that does mean a lot. Especially for the bounty on him is only to be claimed dead. And that does tell him one thing. This can't be his home. Too many people hate him. Him opening a portal and walking through. And this time, he does find a somewhat normal reality. Him looking around before he does go to walk over to the garage, stepping inside and finding a version of himself already sitting there at the table. And he does go slightly turn and look at Deku. What are you doing here? Listen, if there's something going on with the Count, him having a bullet fly through his head. And he does go to fall backwards, slumping against his workstation. Deku walking over and going to grab him by his lab coat, opening a portal on the floor and going to throw him in, before closing it and going to sit down on the stool. Turning and going to look back at the experiment he's running. Huh. Okay, nothing too complicated. But why would he... No, those could be used for a flavor agent. Those could be used for a bomb. This thing here could be used for both. Then again, you could also make some interesting medicines or drugs with them. And if... Huh? Him grabbing the soda and pulling the can up. This brand exists here again? Or, well, I guess they still exist. In this dimension. Whatever. Him knocking back a drink and going to let out a small sigh. Turning back and going to look at a few things. Okay, so a knock on the door going to interrupt him. Yes. Hey, man, I heard something going on out here. Are you alright? I'm fine, Denki. He's not a bad one to live with. What? Listen, I know I'm not trying to bug you. I asked you this morning, but do you have anything to help my situation? Elaborate. I've been busy. I just stepped out real quick and came back. Oh, um, okay. Are you doing something new? No, I'm a different version of the guy you knew. I shot him, threw him into a portal on the ground, and then grew a beard. For the hell of it, you know? Okay. I'm not sure how true any of that is, but listen, I'm having a problem with Ochako. Her? Yeah. I mean, we broke up, but I mean, it feels like ever since then, I can't really enjoy myself. I mean, I know you don't like me ranting about it, but listen, I don't care. Just get to the fucking point between now and earlier. Okay, I'm having problems with my party popper. Your party popper? Yeah, my rooster isn't rising to meet the sun. My giraffe is sad. I'm not up and ready for a march, a standing ovation, well, whatever you want to put it. Your dick isn't working. Uh, yeah, it's not. Listen, I know coming to you, other than listen, I get coming to me is probably a better solution than some fucking blue pill. But just shut up. I can fix your issue. But him rubbing the bridge of his nose. I've got a lot on my plate right now. Listen, never mind. I'll fix it right now. Just give me a second and I'll be done in a sec. Okay. Him walking over the doorway and going to lean backwards against it. But you seem a little off. Are you okay, man? I mean, you look good, but what happened to you? That's a loaded question. I don't really want to talk about it. Fair. Fair, I won't try to push, especially if you're going to be helping me, but I mean, I get you're this wacky guy who goes places and does things in space, but I mean, have you talked to your daughter? That's a complicated one. I still have someone watching her. I get that, but dude, your daughter. Denki, I don't expect you to understand it. Just shut the fuck up. Otherwise, I won't tell you about the side effects. Okay. I'm just trying to help. Your help isn't appreciated. Deku going to spin around on his stool, holding out a vial and expressing. Okay, so this, him gonna shake it, is your medication. Now, it ain't no little blue pill, so here are the guidelines. Every day, 1 drop. If you need it, 2 at most within 24 hours. And 3, yeah, that's the thing that you're going to need to listen to me on. If you take 3 drops within 24 hours, either it will inflate to the size of a giraffe and explode, or your pairs are going to be a little different. You might have to deal with some freaky Ridley Scott 1984 thing bullshit. And trust me, you might be dragged along for the ride. And this is safe? No, it's not. You'll be performing way better than any human could, but I'd say that is a risk you're willing to take. Your stamina will improve, you might find yourself healthier, and, well, I wouldn't say you can melt a steel beam, but you might be able to balance one. Are you serious? About the third one? No. The other 2, yes. Anyways, I need to go talk to Tokuyami. Touch base with him, and see about a guy's night. Okay. But where are we gonna go? I know a pretty good bar in space. It's a little out there, but I'm sure you might be able to hook up with something nice. Something? Wait, something nice? Don't you mean someone? In space, genders are a little complicated. A species will either have one or it won't. Or it'll have something different. And, well, let's just say if you don't have the right adapter, you might need to get a little creative. That sounds disturbing. It can be an experience. Him gonna say, not skipping a beat, telling him, just get dressed up in something. Just make sure not to look like a bureaucrat or a hipster. Those are 2 things he doesn't want to look like. Right. I'll try to get ready. Him gonna nod. And Deku does make his way outside to his car. Right now, him gonna climb inside and go to fly off into space. Now, we do have over Tokuyami. Deku, he does go to pull up. And he does start talking about a few things. Asking him if he's doing well. And when he does see Deku, he does look him up and down. I see. What are you doing here? Guys' night. Buddy of mine. He's heartbroken, so we're gonna go get him drunk. I might be able to set him up with something interesting. Though, preferably we might try and go for a more humanoid thing. Not sure if he's ready for freakier things. Uh-huh. You've described your species as being very malleable to those concepts. The word you're looking for is kinky. And the answer to that was correct. I see. And you are expecting this to go well? Oh, no, not at all. I'm expecting some convoluted story plot to happen and us to have to do something stupid. I know those words. Good. Listen. Just, are you in or out? We're going to be going to a bar. You might be able to find a pretty woman. Or, well, something nice. I see. When do you take others out to help with their problems? Since about nowish? Yes, but typically you don't care. And why would you say that? Because you don't. Do you? Fair enough. It's an excuse to drink, and I'm looking for something else. I see. I am not very well versed in your human personal affairs, but I will make an attempt to talk with you through the night. See if I may help you with your issues, but I will not promise success. That's all I'm asking. Anyways, come on. Them going to leave. And right now, when they do arrive back on Earth, Denki, he is dressed up. Deku telling him to ditch the dumbass hat and come along. Him going to climb into the car as they do to fly off. And there is where they do arrive on a space station, getting off of the vehicle and going to step in. Right now, them making their way over to a bar as Deku, he does begin ordering drinks. Some of the alien life does a turn to look at them. And Deku, he does a turn, meeting eyes with another alien. And he does a walk over and go to express, throwing his head out forwards to headbutt him. And when the alien does take the blow, it does have the orifice on its face begin to bleed. It going to move backwards and smash their head out forwards to meet Deku's. And Deku, he sent flying towards the ground. Tokoyami and them running over and trying to see if he's alright. Before Deku does a burst out laughing and he's pulled to his feet by a woman with 2 sets of arms. And Deku, he does a turn, staring at her, before looking up to meet her gaze. And she does give him what could pass for a smile. Her 3 eyes going to blink as Deku does give her a grin. And he does a turn and order shots for everyone in the bar. And Denki, he is a bit apprehensive, trying to communicate with alien life before finding a language barrier. Deku going to walk over to him and hand him a pill, before handing him another one. Take this, and then take this. What are these? Deku pointing to the red pill. This is a universal translator. And this? It's protection from super AIDS. Or, well, essentially super gonorrhea or any alien-born diseases. Listen, you might want to take that one first. It takes a minute to kick in. Take that one, it starts working immediately. But this one, it's good for us. I see. You couldn't have given me that earlier? I was gonna, but I didn't know if you'd be able to score. You think I don't have game? Do you know Mineta? Yeah? So what? Does that matter? Is he married here? He has 3 kids. Now I know something's wrong. How the fuck did that little asshole get laid? Are you alright? Is his wife blind? I mean, is she all there? Is she okay mentally? I don't understand the question. Him downing the pills. Before trying to ask, so what does he mean though about the protection thing? Like, super whatever he called it? Oh, yeah. Infectious diseases. Think of the worst thing on Earth. Now imagine that it lights your shit on fire and then it regrows. That's a thing? Oh, yeah. It's a super infection that needs to propagate, and it will feed off of you. Think of it like a parasite, except 1,000 times worse. Deku patting him on the back, talking about it. Give it about like 5 minutes, he shouldn't be that lucky. Denki going to give him a blank stare. Before he does go to look around and try to figure out who the hell to talk to. Meanwhile, there is Deku, who does go strolling over to a table after he ordered a tray of drinks from the bartender. And when he sat down, a number of people started staring at him. He made an entrance by introducing himself to a warrior from an alien species. The two had a ceremonial greeting, and they seemed to be relatively calm. Though right now, he does a turn, looking around as some people they do to sit down and watch Deku, who does go down some strange green liquid that does go to fizzle and glow, as he does a mighty belch and go to cough, before going to stare at two different alien women. They both look somewhat odd, blue and red skin, but there is a red head and a blue head. I mean, he's a little confused by alien species, but whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. Him going to stare at the two. And he does get to stare at a few others. A woman who does appear to be very tall and more humanoid. And Deku, he does get a grin watching the big lady go to sit down. Her appraising Deku with a drink in her hand. And when she does go to hold up the mug, Deku does clink his to hers. Them downing their drinks as she does get to start asking about what happened. The mighty warrior gave him a greeting. It is not often you'd see someone of his race attempt a greeting like that. If her understanding is correct, it should have shattered his skull. Pfft, please. I've been hit by way bigger things. Like larger women. Then again, gunfire. I see. And you? No, just hanging out. The red and blue woman do gonna move a little closer. Deku bring his hands up and pulling them on to him, as he does start to laugh and talk about it. This is the first real day off he's had in a long time, where he can at least try to cut loose just a bit. I see. And you're aware of who does own this place, correct? No, not really. Though I'm assuming it's some chuckle fuck if that guy's staring to my left? Yeah, my left. He's still staring at me. Though I recommend not using that weird ass spear thing. Tries to fucking throw that at me, it's not gonna be very good. Though if it's some dipshit alien lance weapon, then it's gonna fire at me, right? It would, yes. But you're also interrupting his style. Whatever. If he wants me to apologize and leave, then he can come over here and lick the back of my sack. Although I'm not going to turn around, so he'll have to work his way through. Then again, you know what, I'll just go ahead and leave that there. I assume you work for him, if you're so invested? I do. Her narrowing her eyes at Deku. And he does go to unwrap his hands around the woman, going to lean forwards onto his knees. Yeah, you do work for him. Listen, anyways, go ahead and just tell him I'm here to have fun and cut loose. If he has a problem with that, then go away. Tonight's my night. He can have his tomorrow or some other time, but he's at 1,000 knees, right? Someone else gets to be the big boy here. And if he doesn't like that, just let him know to go running home to his father? Does that species have a father? He looks unfamiliar to me. Though I really don't like the way he scrunches? Yeah, his face. He does not. His species, they are able to repopulate themselves by I really don't care. All I know is I really don't want him to come over here. Then I believe it is best for you to leave. No. I'm having fun. And this place, as far as I can tell, everyone's having their big day. He just has a problem with me, doesn't he? I do not know what you speak of. Deku going to roll his eyes and throw his feet on the table, grabbing a drink and leaning back, expressing. They're all warriors here at the table, right? Him gesturing his glass out to a man, expressing. He's got some war stories, doesn't he? How about a story for a story? He's willing to tell him one of his better ones. Then again, it did imply him using a shoebox full of bullshit to make a handful of grenades, and to get them out of a sticky situation. That sounds highly complicated. Oh, it was. Smartest mind in the universe. Many can claim that title. Many are full of shit. I'm the only one. If you hand me a shoebox full of bullshit, I might find some use for it, along with what I have on me. And trust me, him turning back to the woman, you have no idea what I'm capable of. Him going to knock back his glass without breaking eye contact. And the large woman does try to glare Deku down, as he does stare her down, and he does express. Can she read his mind? No response. Interesting. You could have swore that species could do that. Combat? Combat tech, more than likely. Him gonna turn, as the man does it to begin his tale. And a few minutes do go by. Some people, they do get to gather more around the table. The man still talking, as he does go to bring his arms overhead and throw them down, talking about it. And that was when he took an arrow to the arm, and it started to burn. It tried to bore itself through his armor and get to his skin. He ripped it free. His arms were sore. He was tired. But his axe still had power. He tried to cleave through as much of the enemy line as possible. Make a hole, make a way, make a path. And it nearly cost him his life. Him going to smack the side of his head where his eye patch is, talking about it. Next thing he knew, he crossed axes with someone, and he had this. He thinks he may have gone into a blood rage. The tales of their ancestors speak much of them, and to have one inglorious battle does mean much for them. Him going to somewhat fall silent as Deku, he does go look around. Many people still going to listen enraptured, before a man does come walking over. Deku watching the big woman gonna turn and snap up onto her feet. As Deku, he does turn and see two members of bar security. Them beginning to express. Right now, the owner of this establishment would like him to leave. Oh, really? Why? He believes you're making a ruckus. Me? It's loud in here. How can I be making a ruckus? I just don't think he likes my face. Then again, the other end might be like him looking into a mirror. Sir, you are to leave. Deku's standing up, draining his glass and going to throw it down onto the table. Before he does, gonna turn and walk past the two men. Them gonna reach out for him as they do get repelled by his barrier. And the large warrior woman does watch Deku make his way over and put his hands onto the table. Him leaning forwards and expressing. So, he's got some sort of problem? I asked you to leave. Yeah, and I asked you to lean back. Your breath smells like shit. Anyways, you've got a problem with me? I wish for you to leave this establishment. You're bad for business. Am I? Him going to sit down. Listen, I think you're just being petty. Then again, I know a lot about petty. I've met a lot of people like you. You think you're all hotshots, big in your little pond. But that's all you'll ever be. Do you own this place? My father does. Interesting. Interesting. The woman going to make her way over to grab Deku. And he does go to quickly bring his gun up out of his waistband and go to bring his right elbow off the table, firing it directly at her torso as she does fall into a small dehydrated cube. Him reaching out his hand and going to catch it. Before he does it, hold it up and set it onto the table, talking about it. Right. Well now, this is how things are going to go. The man turning to look at security and beginning to yell orders. Multiple guns being trained on Deku. You really don't want to do that. Why? Someone going to fire. And whenever a portal does open and repel the attack back at the man, killing him, Deku, he does go to grab the small piece and go to stand, walking 2 steps away from the table, turning back and going to express. Because he's more dangerous. He might live in his small little world, but just know this. If he does want to do something, he'll do it. He'll have fun. He'll give him some business and do things his own way. He is willing to negotiate. He's just trying to blow off some steam and have a little bit of fun. Does his culture understand the concept of a warrior's duel? How about something like that? I see. My guard may be able to shed some more light on this. Him stepping forwards and grabbing the man's drink right out of his hand. Going to drop the cube and I'm going to pour it onto it. It rehydrating. And Tokoyami does come running over, asking him what he's doing. Denki rushing over as Deku does a turn looking at him. You good? Yeah, I just, your fly's open. Huh? Oh, my bad. Yeah, sorry. I just met this one really cool alien chick, and, don't need details. So, what did you just do? Oh, shot her with a gun. She looks fine. It only dehydrates her. I based it off of that one gun from Megamind. Mega what? Deku turning. The woman turning her gaze on Deku and going to reach out to grab him, but the man does it a whistle. Deku not paying attention. You know, that movie where him turning and firing at one of the other men, them dehydrating and hitting the floor. That happens. I mean, come on. It wasn't a bad movie. Or, well, it wasn't. It was a good movie. Yeah, it was a good movie, he'd say. I mean, a lot of interesting shit that guy can make. I don't follow. I don't think I've ever heard of that movie. You have weird soda, you don't have Megamind. Okay, Denki, this is really important. Deku stepping forwards. Do you guys still have that Szechuan sauce? What? Szechuan sauce. It's really good. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I do need some. We're going to leave here after this is all done, and then we're going to go get some food. Really good food. I mean, if we can, just as much of that sauce as possible, because it's delicious, and we'll go. We'll get some movies. Maybe I can make some. No, I do have those chemicals in my safe. That should work. What are you even talking about? Trust me, it'll be fine. If you're lucky, your booty call will be there with you. Anyways, him turning back. And everyone, they do to stare him down, gun still trained on him. And the person sitting there doesn't like how relaxed and unattentive Deku's being, expressing, well, she's talked about it and there is a custom, but it does require one weapon. I see. Plural or for one each? Glad you asked. Plural. One. You can choose. Fine. Deku going to pull out another weapon. Him going to set down what looks to be a laserized revolver on the table. Talking about it. He can go for this, or they can go for bare knuckle brawl. It's not that bad. Then again, what else happens after the brawl's over? You walk free. It is an ancient tradition of her people. You have your brawl, settle disputes, and part ways. I see. You, want to throw her into the mix? Her glaring at Deku, and Deku does a wink at her. Her rolling her eyes as she does try to cover her attention away from Deku. But Deku can tell. She's interested. Then again, her boss, yeah. Probably a different story if he wasn't here. And the two, they do go into a private room where they do go to take off their jackets and get ready. The man, he does look rather odd. He's got orangish skin. And other than having an asshole for a face, nearly literally, he does appear to be ready. His strange-like eyes do to stare at him. And Deku, he doesn't want to know what happens if that guy can sneeze. And right now the two, they do to face off. Deku with his bare knuckles ready. And Denki does go to stand there, waiting for things to go bad. Before Deku does slide the weapon to the halfway point of their duel. And the man is at a rush forwards, as Deku does to ask if someone can count. And when he does do so, Deku does a lunge forwards, moving very quickly as he does go to meet the guy, kicking him as he bent down to grab the weapon. And he does then go to turn, grabbing the gun and then going to turn it and walk back over. Before, when the guy does a get up, Deku does a pistol whip him with the butt of the weapon. The man letting out a sound that is best akin to a fart, as Deku does a chuckle and then go to throw out his other foot. Him kicking the man directly in the chest against the wall. Him grabbing him by his shirt and then going to punch him across the face with the gun again, slamming it over and over again. Before he does a turn and he does a throw the man to the ground. Then he does a walk over and kick him in the side of the head, bringing his hand down and grabbing the flesh of the back of his face. Before he does go to pull him upwards and go to look unresponsive. So the guy is unconscious? Seriously, really? Oh, right. Then again, he really shouldn't. Are they done? These duels are typically to the death. Are they? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I will embarrass him, though. Him going to walk back over to his jacket, pulling something out, and going to come back over, as Denki does a watch on at Deku. And he is a bit annoyed. Though Deku, after he does go to embarrass the man, he does go to walk back out and try to enjoy the night with his friends. The warrior woman, a little bit more open and talking about a few things. And Deku does go to wait. The guy might either blow up or not be happy. But right now, that doesn't really matter. All that matters is it's going to be funny. And by the end of the night, he does get to leave. Right now, heading to another place on the space station as Denki, he does have his own fun. He met a nice alien woman, and she was rather odd. While her tongue was nearly longer than his entire hand, he saw Deku. And Deku, he did make a crude joke about Denki discovering something important. A potential fetish. Now, Tokuyomi did try to talk to Deku throughout the night, but discovering Deku wasn't really in the mood. He was having fun, and he did even start dancing. Though, he did have a lot on his mind. More than likely, the big alien woman who he was talking with. And Deku, he definitely did have a fun night. She started loosening up, talking a bit more, and while her boss definitely was not happy, the man, he did try to talk with Deku. Ultimately, he wasn't happy about the thing Deku traced on his face. But Deku, he did kind of repay it. He talked to the man, learned about some of the problems he had, and gave him the cure for a lot of them. Then, he also did at least make sure to clear the tab for everyone in the bar. That part was simple. It was easy. It took a little bit of hacking, but hey, the government wasn't using that money. Whatever. Now, Deku, he left that night with the bar with a beautiful woman who decided to carry him over her arm. Now, we do have the next morning. Deku, he does sit in his car very hungover and sore. And he does tap his fingers against the steering wheel. Just wondering exactly where Denki is. They talked about this and made sure to go over it. They're parked here, in this hangar, in this docking bay. He does have a tracker on Denki, but hopefully he doesn't have to find him. Because if he's tied up, yeah, he'll probably just have to fucking either portal them back home or deal with some other shit. Though, he is still very curious about a few things. Tokuyomi going to sit up in the backseat as Deku, he does a turn, handing him a bottle filled with a blue liquid. And Tokuyomi does take it from Deku, asking if he had a busy night last night. He feels quite tired. No luck? No. The hunt was arduous. I see. And you? I know you seem to have quite a lot of fun after drawing a dick on that man's face. It wasn't drawn. But yeah, I definitely did have quite a bit of fun. Though, please lower your voice. You're very loud. I see. I apologize. Is this better? Yeah. Just, Deku turning. The door loudly creaking open as Deku does feel nails on a chalkboard. And Denki, he does wince as he does sit down. Right now, Deku turning to stare at him and seeing a hickey the size of a baseball on his neck. And he does a turn. How'd your night go? Please be quiet. Where are your pants? I don't know. She introduced me to a friend of hers and things got very fuzzy and very weird. So, how was it? Oh God, I don't remember most of it, but it was something. Thanks for this. Is there anything I can do to pay you back? Nah, man, you're good. Though I know I'm sore and I don't have the stuff to fix it. Nor the hungover. Shit, what time is it? I think I have work today. Uh, fuck it. I'll just miss today and let them know what's going on. It should probably be around, I don't know, 11, 10 when we get back. We might be able to stop somewhere. We could probably buy those supplies you're talking about, right? To fix it? I mean, I kind of lost my wallet. They don't have Earth currency up here. I'll just make you some new pants when we get back. Okay, but do you have any way for me to stay in contact with this girl? I mean, she was really fun, really cool too. Maybe. Though I know I just want to take some time and rest. I need to stop somewhere though. Him going to stand up, quickly moving out of the car and walking around to the trunk. Before he does begin to do a few things. Right now, him putting a few chemicals together at a small workstation that he folded out and put down the lakes to. After he mixed a few things in, he poured it into a plastic bag. Before he did, going to spit in it and then going to seal it close. Right now, him going to wait as it does begin to freeze very fast. Deku then turning and going to take something. Before he does go to smash it down onto the device. Right now, it does go to cut everything in the bag apart. Deku pulling the bag up and going to shake the ice. Walking back over after closing the trunk. Sitting back down and turning. Before placing it firmly on his crotch. And Denki does stare at Deku. So, are you okay? I'm fine. Just tender everywhere. Anyways, we need to get some food when we get back. Then I'll make something to cure the hangover. Is alcohol always as bad in space? Oh no. Some of that might be the thing I gave you. You can't cure it? Not unless you don't want to turn blue. What shade? I feel terrible. I mean, I pissed blue last night. Will it go away? After like a week. Anyways, let's just go. We need food. We can get it on Earth. Do you know where that Szechuan sauce place is? If it's still around? Maybe? I think it's still a promotional thing. But I can check when we get back. Just please drive. Deku turning, starting the car as it is to fly out of the hangar. Right now, the three heading back to planet Earth. And with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed this mini shot. Or, well, one shot. Happy April Fool's Day. Hopefully there's nothing that happens that derails this from coming out. And if it does get striked, then that just means YouTube will continue the tradition of bending me over and fucking me on April Fool's Day. Which I am not very happy about. At least buy me dinner first. Now with that being said, have a good day, guys.